hi there, and welcome back. We are looking at episode 42 of The Evidence. And this is your buddy Dave over at Mars X3D. We have some important things to look at today. One of our viewers, Phil Cox, sent an anomaly in to me that I was initially skeptical about only because it was a little difficult to see and a little difficult in the processing realm. But once I got it, this is a good one. This may be one of the most important finds we've made in quite some time, so big thanks to Phil, and you'll be looking at that in a minute. Also, we have some beautiful anomalies by my friend Jim West, who is a longtime researcher and anomalist and a person whose work and whose worldview I respect a great deal. So thank you, Jim, for allowing those to be present today. Plus, we dug into the archives and pulled out a good one to have a look at. So thanks for stopping by. Let's quit talking and dive right in. Let's start right out with one of Jim West's finds. This is something that he located recently in one of Neville Thompson's gigapans. It's kind of a framework. You see it down there in the target area? Look at that tangle of what seems to be metal. Besides that ladder-like piece, look at all the machine-type parts lying around it. It kind of looks like some kind of antenna that's collapsed, at least to my eyes. I know it's getting kind of blurry in this zoom, but take a good look around, in X3D of course, and tell me all this debris is nothing but rocks. So I dove down into the archives and pulled this one out. It was from Opportunity, Sol 3895, a PanCam image. And what caught my eyes there in the background is that little piece with something sticking out of it. It's easy to let your imagination kind of see this thing as a robot with a round head and two clutching arms reaching out, but who knows what it actually is. What interests me, though, is look at the head, the spherical part. It looks like it's translucent, like it could be made out of plastic or glass or some other clear material, and there's something inside the lighter portion. Don't know what that is. Are those arms reaching out? Are those scoops? They kind of look like what you'd see on the deep diving bathyspheres, the different underwater rovers that have their arms where they can reach out and pick up things and examine them and hold them up to the camera and put them in the basket, that type of thing. Is that what this is? Who knows? I'd be willing to toss this off as a rock, except for the head part that looks like it's clear. Here's another great find by Jim West. It's one of those anomalies that are clearly not natural, but defy any kind of comparison with anything we know here on Earth. You can see for yourself that the surface of this thing is covered with polygons, geometric solids of different shapes, triangle, cylinder, cube. What's going on here? Let's get closer. I like that perfect right-angled space in the shadow. I know it starts to sound like a broken record, but is this yet another remnant of an ancient machine? You'll want to check out Jim's Facebook group, Martian Let me try that again. Martian Apocalypse, when you get the chance. Sorry about that, Jim. Now, this one is a dandy, and as I mentioned earlier, I believe it to be a very important find. As I mentioned, one of our viewers, Phil Cox, contacted me about finding this, and he sent me a link to the gigapan. To be honest, I was skeptical at first, as I mentioned, but, it wasn't the find itself. I just wasn't sure that it would translate well into 3D. But once I got into it, I said, I don't care. People need to see this. Knocking back that deep shadow without making a mess of the rest of the image took a little doing, but take a look. This is a cinder block wall, isn't it? look at the perfect blocks. There's even mortar still between them. And for a little icing on the cake, look at that tangle of roots. At least I'm assuming they're roots, hanging over the top. And there's more of them in the lower right-hand corner. This next one, I'm going to crop and zoom to get rid of the brightness. I think it'll be a little bit easier to see. See it better now? I think this is one of the most important finds to come along in a long time. Thanks to Keith Laney for his beautiful work, to Jim Cox for making the effort to contact me, and to each one of you personally for being here. Hey, thanks for stopping by today. And you know, everything you need to know, whether you need to learn X3D or links to the images, are always just below in the description. And I'll also be getting an email soon that I'll put in the description where you can send me your finds. In the meantime, this is your buddy Dave at Mars X3D. Be well.